Well, hello, it's Heidi Dulabon, and we are going to readdress virtual meetings because we're still doing them. Maybe virtual, hybridly. We are still meeting this way at some parts of our work life. Yes, maybe not exclusively, but we are still doing some virtual meetings. And it's time to take a little refresher and go over what we've learned through a couple of years of the pandemic and what we can do better today with our virtual meetings when it is appropriate to meet on a virtual platform. Number one, I think that if you are in charge of scheduling a meeting, your first question should be, is this meeting necessary? Meetings are uber expensive and they are time suckers, so make sure this is truly something that needs a virtual meeting. Invite just the pertinent people that need to be at the meeting. Don't pad it full of a bunch of people. No one has the time. Make sure the meeting is necessary and just the correct stakeholders are in attendance. Let's just create a charter. This is something that we did during the pandemic, and this is still a really great idea. Research has shown that if you have a charter and this is part of your virtual meeting culture in your organization, it makes things so much easier and clearer. And what I mean by a charter is setting the ground rules. So everyone knows, generally speaking, there's always an exception and you can always tweak things for a specific meeting, but generally things like cameras on or cameras off, mute until it's your turn, how we're going to utilize chat. If someone starts going off on a tangent, it's okay to say, that's enough, let's move on. Different things like this will be in your charter, and everyone should have privy to the charter. Everyone should know it very well. It should just be this very common knowledge. This is how we operate. This is how we manage our virtual meetings. So everyone is well aware, and this will cut down on any extra things that you just don't want. No awkwardness, no tangled webs. This is just makes things efficient. So create a charter and use it. Make sure everyone has access to it. Number two, for your meetings, when you're scheduling this important meeting with just these very important people that need to be in the meeting, make sure you create an agenda for each meeting. Now, the agenda does not need to be this great big long elaborate thing. No, it can be very short. It can be succinct. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Just make sure you have an agenda so you stay on the agenda, and people know when they receive the calendar invite that attached is the agenda, and they know exactly what we're discussing, why it's important for them in particular to attend this particular meeting. And if there's any prep work that's required, that can be in the agenda too, so people will come prepared, because you, again, do not want to waste anyone's time. Nobody has an extra minute in their day. We've got our charter, we have our agenda, we've scheduled a meeting, and we're getting ready. And now let's say we're going to start the meeting, and research has shown that before you get into the meat of the meeting, take 5 minutes max and have a little banter. It's the structured, unstructured conversation, and they have found research that having a question that is very open to everyone can be kind of a fun way to get everybody engaged, awake, they're participating. Something like just very benign, like, what's your favorite dessert? Then you'll know, apple pie or cherry pie, whatever. Just something just very benign. Generally speaking, it can be something to any generation, anybody living around the world. What's your favorite thing? What's your favorite time of the day? Just something like that, and people will engage. Okay, 5 minutes max for everybody to chime in. Okay, broke a little ice. Everybody's feeling a little relaxed. Now let's get into the meeting. And it just sets a little bit nicer tone to go into the meeting. Okay, now if this is a tense meeting, you might skip that little icebreaker question, but it's a nice way to start a meeting, generally speaking. Okay, now how about if you're the attendee of a virtual meeting? Well, here we go. This is still true post-pandemic. Please Be on time. I say get there early, because if you get there early, I believe in having an open waiting room so everyone can go in the waiting room and we can all mingle and chat and start building a little rapport, even virtually, before the meeting starts. Get there early. Please, properly dressed. Yes. Now, do you need to be in your most professional business suit? No. Say you're working at home. I call it at-home professional. Just be neat, tidy, and clean. Hair and outfit. It's easy. Also think that you need to prepare. The agenda told us, okay, well, do this, do that. Be prepared for this meeting. Well, then do that. Come prepared. We don't want to waste any time. Come prepared. Also, please do not overspeak. No, someone is speaking, don't start speaking over them. Don't interrupt. Wait for your turn. Your charter should tell you if your organization is utilizing hands up, or how you are to break into a conversation. Please utilize that. Be polite. Be mindful. My final tip for you, if you are an attendee, is to participate. This is an important meeting. You are important enough to be there at this meeting. You are supposed to be there. So engage, participate, and you're going to get a few things done. Okay, these meetings can be very helpful. They can be very efficient. You can get things accomplished. So stick with this, create your charter, use the agenda and stick with it, and follow these etiquette tips, and you are going to have some incredibly successful virtual meetings. Let me know how this helps. Please, again, hit that subscribe button, drop me a comment, like the video, and as I always say, everyone, please be kind. Thank you.